My name is Chelsey Van Weerden, and I chose to work on the album Figures in a River Landscape by Wang. And I was interested in working on this album because I really liked the idea of working with something that has to do with the Mustard Seed Garden painting manual, which Wang also was the author and compiler of. So the Mustard Seed Garden manual predates Wang's album by about 20 years, and what it is essentially a visual dictionary that is a compilation of the ancient master painters, so the literati, scholar, official painters that were really famous for their landscapes. It outlines each of their styles for the amateur painter to copy. So if you're someone who wants to learn how to paint like these masters, then you pick up a manual and you look at trees, rocks, water, different elements of the landscape, people, man-made elements like pavilions and buildings and things like that, and you learn the brush strokes that it takes to build up these elements of the landscape. So what's interesting about the manual is that since Wang was the author compiler of it and he had to outline each of the master styles, in order to do that, he was required to hide his own painterly style, since he was also a practicing artist out of Nanjing. So I thought that was really interesting. Like, what does it mean when an artist is required to conceal their own style in order to depict the style of others to learn from? And what does this then mean for his own album, which comes later? So some artists, when they copied from the manual, did it modularly. So they took elements of the manual basically and just inserted them into their own landscapes, almost as a direct copy. But Wang doesn't do that. What you see in his album is kind of coming together of the master styles, his own hand, and also evidence of the location that he worked out of, which was Nanjing, which was a cultural center at the time, home to a few publishing houses and other artists. So we see evidence of all these layers that happen in this album, as well as evidence of the master painting canon. So in each of the inscriptions, some of them are narrative and some of them aren't, but they all say by Wang. They all have Wang's seal on it. They all have that stamp of his painterly hand, you could say. So it's interesting because he does reference the masters implicitly and also explicitly in the last inscription. He mentions how he wanted to emulate Wang Wei, an 11th century painter-poet. So he has all these elements coming together, but they're all framed by his own voice and his own hand. So he's copying, but he's also asserting agency over the painting tradition at the same time.